The next question you might have says, how do I know if my secondary source is really something that I should use? Is it reliable? And here's some tips that might just help you look at a website and really see if it's something you should be using. The first thing is there a listed author? Is there a descriptive title at the top of the page? Is the language academic and authoritative? Does it really just seem professional? When was the information first published? Is it new or is it old? Does the page look official? Sometimes this can actually be a pretty good barometer if it's a good page to use or if it's not a good page to use. And remember that the best websites for research often end with .gov, .edu, or .org. So let's go back to my browser, and I just want to take a look at a few websites that we have found. So we're back on the Google search for Jack Kerouac and college football. And earlier this one caught my eye initially just because it's from Sports Illustrated. And Sports Illustrated is, of course, a pretty prominent magazine. It's been published for a really long time. And I'm looking at this website. Here's the article. And it was published in 1989. That's pretty old. So what I imagine is that it was probably in the magazine originally and then put onto the website at a later time. And Saturday's hero. Before going on the road, Jack Kerouac was a gridiron star. That's a pretty descriptive title. We also have an author, so that's pretty cool. Starts out with a quote from Kerouac's writing. That's good. And it's pretty lengthy too, almost 10 pages. So this is looking like something that might give me some quotes or some information that would be really useful for my paper. So probably what I would do now is I'd print this off. I would do some highlighting or some underlining. And if there's anything that I really like, then I'd end up filling out a source card or a note card for this article and keeping that information that I really like from this. So let's go back and look at another one. This one says Biography of Jack Kerouac, and it's from gradesaver.com, which doesn't really mean anything to me, but let's look. Okay, and immediately we have a bunch of articles, and so that's kind of off-putting. Of course, there's going to be a lot of advertisements, that's what I meant. A lot of advertisements on the internet, but these are pretty prominent, almost bigger than the article itself. And Biography of Jack Kerouac, that's not very descriptive. I don't see an author, and I also don't see any published dates. So this probably is not a very good website to use. That's not to say that this stuff is not factual, but it does tell me that I probably could find better sources somewhere else. So that's just an example of how you might use these criteria when you're judging a website. And so those really are our three main questions. Before we close down, I do want to review a few things. Please remember to look for cool primary sources. That is going to make your paper a lot better, I think. And avoid making your paper just only a regurgitation of biographical information. That stuff's really boring. You can find better sources that'll bring your paper to life. And lastly, make sure you're using keywords when you're searching. We practice that, and make sure that your sources are good and reliable. And really, that's it. I know you guys can do a really good job, and I'm excited to see what you're all going to uncover during your research. Thank you very much.